right, try this again for the 5th time now. This is what sucks. I wanted to make some lunch quick, and now I'm not even going to get to do that. I'm going to have to wait till lunch break, I guess. Because the camera keeps kicking me out. The phone keeps locking up because it's... this phone. Oh, that will be taken care of shortly. Update on the tire, the screw in the tire. Turned out it was just a little screw. Had a friend got Venmo'd some money, went and got a tire plug kit. And I go to Rudders, so I have the free air, so I can put air in once I plug it. And I pulled the screw, and it was just a little tiny baby short thing. So it didn't even get all the way into the tire because it was in the thick part of the tread. Which is good because at least now, but I'm prepared for the next time. I do have the plug kit now, so we're good. I just got to get onboard air or an air compressor. Definitely still have to get my spare tire down somehow because I bought the van. It did not come with as a used work van. They took out the jack and all the stuff to get the spare tire down. I'm not spending over $100 for the rod and bar set to get the tire down. I'm planning on getting a tire rack that mounts to the back driver's side door anyhow. So I will just cut the thing off and get it down that way when I get that rack. Because I do have a floor jack and an impact gun, cordless impact that I had from when I towed cars. I still have that. I have that in a tote in the garage under the bed. So definitely a few things on my list that's got to get bumped up in priority to get this stuff done here by spring. So that's that. The other update, batteries. I got sealed lead acid batteries, 2 100 amp hour sealed lead acid. When I bought them, I actually thought they were AG. I misread. I don't know where. Somehow I could have swore my eyes were playing tricks on me, I guess. I could have swore I read that they were sealed AGM. And then when I hooked everything up, and then when I got the smart charger, my Noco Genius 10 amp smart charger, I set it on 12 volt AGM. I'm pretty sure I probably screwed my batteries up a little bit doing that, because by the time I realized that they are not AGM, which I realized when I went to do the battery repair, I looked up on Amazon and reread the thing from my order and realized they weren't AGM. Silly me. Duh. Oopsie. So, switched it over to just 12 volt lead acid. Did the repair. It seemed to help, but it wasn't perfect. Tried to do a second repair. It really doesn't seem to do any hasn't done any good or changed anything. So last night, parked in a friend's garage, in a friend's driveway, plugged into the garage for shore power, and I put my smart charger on 12 volt supply, and for 8 hours or a little more than 8 hours, I put 13.7 volts into my batteries. They're 100%, 200 amp hour on the battery monitor. When I unhooked everything, my voltage dropped with just the fridge and freezer on, not even running, just on, and the heater was running. I was at 12.5, 12.6 volts. It should be 12.8 at least for a while, and then hold at 12.8. So my batteries are definitely so I'm definitely going to have to continue my research on which lithium iron phosphate batteries I want to get, because I do need to have the BMS system. It has to have the BMS. It has to be the BMS that will, if my van's shut off and I'm at work and I don't have the heater on and it's cold and the temperature of the batteries drop below a certain amount, I need the BMS to not put charge into the batteries like the expensive ones. The original one that I first looked at, when I got the van, they're $1,000, $1,200 a piece for 100 amp hour lithium iron phosphate. But the BMS system has the protection on the cold and hot side, and it will heat up the battery. It will not allow charge to go into the battery. It will heat up the battery to 50 some degrees and then allow the juice to go into the battery, into the cells. That's the kind of lithium iron phosphate BMS system I need. I need the one that's going to give me that protection and proper charging so I don't destroy the batteries quicker. Problem is, that means I'm probably gonna have to spend more per battery. I found a couple out there on Amazon, different other brands that have, like, the 300 amp hour battery. The 200 watt amp hour is in a single battery. It's like 600 something. 300 amp hour was like $800-900, which that would be cool, one battery. But their BMS lists only down to 32 degrees. So if it happens to get cold, like the compartment in my where my batteries are at, my van, inside the van is warm, but in that cabinet, a lot of cold air comes up from the floor, comes in through the wall. If that happens to get too cold and it shuts off the batteries, then what? That's not going to do me any good. So I got to do some more research, continue figuring out exactly what the best lithium iron phosphate battery is with the right BMS, so that it works for my setup, my purposes, and everything else. But yeah, definitely lead acid batteries. They're I guess it's all right. I mean, basically, it's just going to come down to I'm going to have to burn more fuel to keep the van running, to keep charging up the batteries, and or find more places that I can plug into with my shore power, because my battery does not last as it should, not at all. I've had nights where I go to sleep I shut it off, it says 12.8, and 10 hours later I'm waking up. 12 hours later I wake up and I'm at 10.5 volts, which is not good. And I know my battery monitor is set up correctly. So that just means that my batteries, and I know lead acid, they drop off. They don't have a more steady voltage drop. So these two lead acid batteries that I got for real cheap, well, you get what you pay for, folks. That's all I could afford, so that's what I got. Just like now, unfortunately, I don't know. I don't even know. It's going to take me a while to save up to be able to afford the lithium iron phosphate, because that's a lot of money to just drop. I still got some bill. I got bills to pay every month, and I gotta live, and I gotta get gas and diesel fuel and food, and so I don't know, but definitely gonna have to get something else battery wise better. But yeah, so that's the update there. Finger from just over a week ago when the sheet metal tried to slice the end of my finger off. Believe it or not, that is completely closed up. It's amazing how fast I heal. Because as deep as that was, that should have had stitches. And all I did was just kept some Band-Aids on it for a couple days, and it's completely closed up. Got super healing powers, I guess. Oh, another positive on a positive note. My mother is home from. I do believe my mother came home yesterday from rehab at the nursing home after her readmittance to the hospital. So hopefully get to go see her soon. I hope. Just gotta finish getting over this sinuses thing that I got going on. I know it's not COVID. But yeah, so definitely some priorities. I gotta start getting my priorities here a little bit. Gotta knuckle down here and start get this last bit of stuff for the van life. Get this van build completed. Because this winter now, being cold and having the heater running all the time, even when I'm at work, I've been leaving it run 24 hours a day for probably almost 2 weeks now. I think today's the first time I actually shut it off. Just because it's warm enough outside, I didn't have to have it on. But yeah. So, alright, before my camera shuts off and exits for an error again, fight for love, not hate. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. There's no need to put anybody down for anything. We all are who we are. Nobody's perfect. So, because people just need to be kind to each other, that's all. But yeah, so be good, and catch you on the next one. Later. Peace.